Just ahead on CTV News tonight, Senate candidate Larry Hogan releases his first ad. Plus, Prince George's Fire Department has a new employee. And Simon Buggs has your Wednesday sports page. All that and more, CTV News starts now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, May 22nd. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Katera Jones. Thank you for joining us tonight. An adult and infant were taken to an area hospital following a fire in Capitol Heights last night. Firefighters were called to the 1000 block of Carrington Avenue shortly before 7. When crews arrived, they found a two-story duplex with smoke and flames coming from the building. Officials say an adult and infant are expected to be okay. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
And former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan releases his first ad of the general election. In that 30-second spot titled "Kept My Word," Hogan tells viewers that he is an abortion rights advocate and that he would support legislation that codifies Roe v. Wade as the law of the land in every state so every woman, he says, gets the reproductive care she needs. Back in March, Hogan did not commit to being in favor of legislation codifying abortion rights into federal law, saying at the time, "We're going to have to look at that as we move forward." Hogan is running for the Senate seat, being vacated by retiring Ben Cardin. And Hogan's opponent, Angela Alsobrooks, has seen that ad and has offered a response. Alsobrooks called the ad Hogan's latest attempt to fool Marylanders about his anti-choice record. She says the former governor will not protect abortion rights. She says Hogan would join Republicans in the Senate who have made their agenda to pass a national abortion ban crystal clear.
Montgomery's top leader announces his peak for police chief, and the candidate has a long history with the department. County Executive Mark Elrich nominates Assistant Chief Mark Yamada as the 18th police chief of Montgomery County Police. Yamada has been with the force since 1988. He was also named Police Officer of the Year 3 times. Yamada would replace current police chief Marcus Jones, who is set to retire. Jones calls Yamada a leader and dedicated public servant.
I'm pleased to be able to pass the baton to Mark, and I want to wish him the very best. I know he will do a great job as the chief of police, and with all the challenges that still continue for our department, I know he will lead in a very, very high and ethical way.
As we move forward, I am committing to enhancing our community policing efforts, strengthening our relationships with the residents we serve, and ensuring that our officers have the resources and training they need to perform their duties safely and to provide the highest qualities of police services possible.
The county council will have to confirm Elrich's nomination. Yamada, who is Japanese American, would be the first Asian American to hold the job.
A former Prince George's County Sheriff's deputy will spend 12 years behind bars for raping his ex-girlfriend. 37-year-old Brandon Burrows was convicted in February of the rape of the woman with whom he had a child. Prosecutors say he went to the victim's home on October 22nd of 2022, but refused to leave when she asked. Burrows then raped his victim while their 1-year-old son was in another room. The incident was captured on a home audio recording, which was presented to the jury during the trial. And a suspect is in custody in connection with a fatal shooting at a car meet. He's been ID'd as 22-year-old Raheem Adams of Stafford, Virginia. Officers were called to the 6300 block of Marlboro Pike around 2 o'clock Sunday morning. That's where they found 26-year-old John Phipps of Waldorf suffering from gunshot wounds. Adams faces first and second-degree murder charges. He's in custody in Virginia awaiting extradition to Prince George's County. Investigators say that tips provided to crime solvers led them to Adams.
A national group is calling for an immediate review of allegations made by a black Maryland State Police trooper that a white sergeant assaulted him. The National Association of Black Law Enforcement Officers says the trooper reported the assault to 2 ranking officers, but they failed to accept the complaint. The association also raised concerns of a pattern of bad treatment against black officers. A state police spokesperson says there is an ongoing investigation into the assault, but that they could not comment on the investigation. People aren't the only employees working with the Prince George's police and fire departments.
Several canines work with the department. One is a very special story. Mariah Jalad has those details.
This right here is the newest furry member of the Prince George's Fire Department. He got a second chance at life, and now he's working to protect the community. 3 months ago, this German Shepherd was at an animal shelter and set to be euthanized within hours. But local police saw something special in him.
We received a call from Anne Arundel County Police, and they advised us that they had a canine or a dog. Their animal control recovered in the Glen Burnie area. They've been unable to locate an owner, but the animal control officers thought that this dog had potential to become a working dog.
Now his name is Boomer, and Corporal Andy Cummings was chosen to be his handler.
So he's a very, very driven dog. All he wants to do is work. He don't want to stand around. He gets bored, and he's good at what he does.
Boomer went through 14 weeks of training to detect bombs and explosive materials.
Because he was a rescue from the shelter and had no training experience before, so we had to go through the whole process and imprint him on each odor, teach him how to hunt patterns, search patterns.
Boomer will be used to search large venues for explosives, investigate unattended bags, and help with any bomb threats in and around Prince George's County.
Obviously, in the beginning, he got a new lease on life. So, I mean, he's just driven, and I think he's very appreciative of that. He's a much happier dog now.
For CTV News, I'm Mariah Jalad.
Boomer's first assignment will be this weekend, keeping folks safe at a concert at FedEx Field. And as inflation continues to impact shoppers, a major retail chain plans to slash its prices this summer. Target announces that it will make price cuts to about 5,000 products like food, drinks, and household goods. The price cuts will affect Target's national brands and its house brands. The change comes as many shoppers have been switching to private label brands sold by Target. The big box store chain reported that sales declined by 1.7% in March, the first time in 7 years.
The University of Maryland's Residence Hall Association ends the school year with 26 bills passed. That's double the legislation passed the year before. The measures include creating a new mental health committee, promoting reproductive and sexual health resources, building more seating for bus stops, and creating a plastic bag recycling program. The association's new vice president, Michelle Amayaw, credited the uptick in bills to this year's group of passionate senators. And you're watching CTV News. Still to come.
The Biden administration is canceling student loans for another 160,000 borrowers. Find out if you qualify after the break.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org. For over 100 years, Rotary members have taken action when challenges arise. We know what people can do when they come together and put others before themselves.
The team lead said they will continue the campaign to fight against the coronavirus.
Local Rotary clubs deliver food and supplies to people in need.
Strangers become friends, helping hands multiply, and problems turn into solutions. We are Rotary. We are people of action. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
Welcome back. The Biden administration is canceling student loans for another 160,000 borrowers. The Education Department announced the latest round of cancellation today, saying it will raise $7.7 billion in federal student loans. The latest relief will go to borrowers in 3 categories who hit certain milestones that make them eligible for cancellation. Those being 54,000 borrowers who are enrolled in Biden's new income-driven repayment plan, 39,000 enrolled in early income-driven plan, and about 67,000 borrowers who are eligible through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. The administration said so far it has canceled a total of $167 billion in student loan debt for nearly 5 million Americans.
And too much glass. That's the dilemma facing Goodwill of Greater Washington. The agency says too many people are donating glass products, but too few customers are buying it, which results in a glass glut. So Goodwill just purchased a gigantic blue machine called Penny the Pulverizer. Penny crushes the surplus glass into sand and pellets that can be repurposed. According to glass industry officials, only 33% of glass in the U.S. is recycled, leaving most to accumulate in landfills.
And Penny takes that glass that isn't sold on the store floor and she makes it into sand, which we can sell to construction companies, or gravel, which is used in landscaping. And so every donation that is given to us is used in a valuable way. During the pandemic, we began to think about ways that we could make our Goodwill more sustainable and joined forces with the Goodwill of the Chesapeake and Goodwill of Delaware and Delaware County. And the 3 of us have together made a collaboration of working to make sure that all 3 of our Goodwills are sustainable in everything that we do.
Now, the program is funded by a 3-year grant from Truist. And the State Board of Education and the State Department of Education hold a special ceremony for the 2024-2025 Teachers of the Year. The honorees represent outstanding commitments to education, equity, and community leadership. Over the year, they will work together to address critical policy issues. This year, the Prince George's County Teacher of the Year Award went to Kathy Russell of Rose Valley Elementary School.
A survey of Americans by the Federal Reserve says 1 in 6 people have bills they cannot pay and are worried about rising prices. Each year, thousands of people are surveyed about their household finances. And while 2 years ago, 78% of people said they are comfortable financially, only 72% say this year could stay the same. 2 in 3 Americans say inflation made their finances work, and 1 in 3 say they could not cover a $400 surprise expense. Significant expenses people noted were child care and home insurance. And still to come, CTV News, Simon Buggs has our Wednesday sports page.
That's right, and he's giving us the inside scoop on changes to the Commander's front office. Don't move.
What's going on, people? And coming up on your Wednesday sports page, a pair of talented brothers earn all Big Ten honors, and the Commanders continue to make off-season changes. Those stories and more in a bit. Stay tuned.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose. What makes us tick? Below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. Living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. For some, their why is a summer under stars, memories and moments, connections near and far. Why is the before work hustle, an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. Here, a handshake is a promise. All our hearts are dancing. Laughing is our song. It's kinship, friendship, tide rising with the ship. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
I'm the Big C.
What is the Big C?
I'm here to tell you about skin cancer. Skin cancer is the cancer you can see. If we see something new, changing, or unusual, that could be skin cancer.
Is there skin cancer on me right now?
I'm not a dermatologist, but you know who is?
Yeah.
Your dermatologist. Yes. You gotta get checked, girl.
Do I?
Yes! Everybody has to get checked. See the Big C today.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Okay, everyone, get excited because it's that time, the start of your midweek sports page. We begin with some news from the world of college baseball, as some players from the Terps baseball team have earned all Big Ten honors. The first player, infielder Eddie Hakopian, earned first-team honors. Hakopian had a nice season for the Terps as he batted .377 and had 83 hits, which led the team. The Potomac, Maryland native batting average was also ranked as one of the highest in the conference during the regular season. And in addition to that, he also recorded 16 doubles, 9 homers, and 51 RBIs during the season as well. The next player, another infielder, and Sam Holnar, earned first-team honors also. Holnar finished the season with 16 homers, which was tied for the third most in the Big Ten Conference. He also started in all 56 games for the Terps, while also recording 57 RBIs, which were ranked in the top 5 most in the conference. And last but not least, Eddie Hakopian's brother Chris made an All-Big Ten team also, as he was named to the second team. In his freshman season, Hakopian recorded 72 hits, 10 doubles, a triple, and 15 homers. And his 15 homers was tied for the second most for a freshman in the program's history. Moving on to more Terp sports news, the football team will have a new face joining them in the fall, as offensive lineman Isaiah Wright will be a Terp. Wright was previously at the University of Buffalo before coming to College Park, and this past season, the New Jersey product started in 11 games for the Bulls, and he helped his team tie for the third most in the MAC conference for the fewest sacks given up. Switching gears to the NFL, the Washington Commanders continue to make front office changes as they recently hired former Detroit Lions Director of Football Administrations, Brandon Sosna, to be the team's Senior VP of Football Operations. Sosna comes with a lot of team building experience as he played a role in transforming the Lions into a team that made the NFC Championship game this past season. And wrapping up sports, congratulations to the Eleanor Roosevelt High School softball team for taking down Perry Hall in the state semifinals yesterday, 7-5. And with this victory, the Lady Raiders advanced to the state championship game and will play Leonardtown High School. The two teams will take the field at UMD on Saturday. And that wraps up your Wednesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thank you, Simon. Let's get a quick check now on our 3-day weather forecast tonight. We'll see heavy rain throughout the county. Tomorrow we'll have a high of 84, but expect showers and thunderstorms all day.
Friday we'll have showers with a high of 84 and a low of 66. Saturday, that rain will continue. It will be mostly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 64.
And now for a look at our community calendar. Attention entrepreneurs, this Friday, the Easy Way, in collaboration with the Prince George's County Office of Multicultural Affairs, is hosting an Africa Day Power networking event.
The event welcomes all professionals, entrepreneurs, and creatives to enjoy networking in a semi-casual atmosphere. The event takes place Friday, May 24th at the famous Lounge Restaurant and Bar from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that wraps up CTV News for now. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Byron Scott. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.